Ghana, no man waiting my Yena. I was a little bit of a Osei Tutu yenina bakopa Otumfuo beye Otumfuo ajise Gonja beye Gonja ajise Otumfuo ya fa ye ho anwo mu a Ghana man no ye timi nwu enanti ye ka ye no na ye mani kura Thank you very much.
And constitutional provisions as playing an important role in the life of the country, particularly in the administration of rural communities and the management of our natural resources. Numerous studies have shown that despite controversies over the relevance of this institution, chiefs remain pivots around whom local communities thrive. I therefore want to appeal to the traditional rulers in Ghana to take this opportunity to prove to skeptics that the chieftaincy institution is ready to take the appropriate steps to better the lot of community members. My visit to my brother, the Asanteman, is a game changer and a giant step to collaborate to improve the lives of our people. Your Majesty, permit me to add that today's gathering is far more than a ceremonial visit. It is a reunion of two great royal houses, two great kingdoms, whose destinies have been connected for more than 3 centuries. Nananom, long before the emergence of the modern state of Ghana, the Gonja Kingdom and the Asante Kingdom stood among the most powerful, well-organized and influential African states in the sub-region. Our forefathers built enduring kingdoms founded on courage, justice, wisdom, and disciplined leadership. While the Gonja Kingdom, under the legendary Sumaila Rajapa, established authority across a huge portion of northern Ghana, the Ashanti Kingdom, under the visionary leadership of Osei Tutu I, united the Akan states into one of the greatest empires in African history. Ladies and gentlemen, although our two kingdoms are geographically separated, the problem of proximity in terms of geography notwithstanding, they have long been united by history and destiny. For centuries, trans-Saharan trade has connected Salaga, Kintampo, Techiman, and Kumasi as the only trade routes before the arrival of the Europeans. These served not only as corridors of commerce, but also as pathways of friendship, diplomacy, and cultural exchange. Gonja merchants supplied livestock, salt, shea butter, leather, textiles, and many other products, while Ashanti traders brought gold, colonels, and numerous other products, including manufactured products. This naturally benefited exchanges between the two kingdoms, and it benefited the entire country. That notwithstanding, we must also acknowledge the catastrophic effect of slave trade that brought untold suffering, devastation, misery, terror, and horror to our people. I here want to acknowledge the exceptional leadership that His Excellency, President John Dramani Mahama, has provided in spearheading the call for repatriation to African nations and restitution of dignity to millions of Africans in the diaspora. They are still suffering from the effects of slave trade. It takes strong character. It takes limitless courage. It takes an enduring love for justice for a man to be able to push this agenda through. Nanano, beyond commerce, our relationship was further deepened through faith and scholarship. History records that distinguished Muslim scholars from the Gonja Kingdom were warmly welcomed in the Ashanti Kingdom, where they served in the royal court by offering spiritual guidance, prayers, Islamic scholarship, and wise counsel. Their presence reflected the deep trust, mutual respect, and enduring friendship that existed between our two kingdoms. It also demonstrated that our relationship was founded not only on trade and diplomacy, but equally on shared spiritual values, respect, intellectual exchange, and a common commitment to peaceful coexistence. Your Majesty, history also records movements when our kingdoms found themselves on opposing sides in the battlefield. Sad to say, but during the reign of Opokuwari I, the Ashanti Kingdom extended its influence northwards, and the Gonja Kingdom experienced periods of armed conflicts. But this is the past. We have long forgotten and gone over all that. What we are praying for, Your Excellency, is the continuous cooperation between Gonja and the Ashanti Kingdom. Our two kingdoms understood that the greatness of our kingdoms is measured not by perpetual conflict, but by their capacity for diplomacy, mutual respect, reconciliation, and shared prosperity. Nananom, the visit therefore reaffirms the long-standing relationship between Gonja and the Ashanti, and a bond that has endured through generations and continues to grow stronger with passage of time. It is our sincere hope that this enduring friendship will continue to inspire greater collaboration, deepen mutual understanding, and strengthen the unity between our two kingdoms. Your Majesty, your outstanding contribution to peace building, together with other eminent chiefs, the Yegbawura of Gonja and the Nairi of Mamposi, is highly commendable. It is also widely acknowledged as a stabilizing force in this nation. Your pivotal role in the successful resolution of the Dagbon chieftaincy, despite all strong skepticism, remains a shining example of statesmanship, wisdom, and leadership. Nananom, as traditional rulers, we have a sacred responsibility to preserve our customs and traditions while guiding our people towards peace and prosperity. In recent years, one challenge that has confronted many traditional areas across the country is the increasing incidence of land disputes. Land conflicts have the potential to divide families, communities, and traditional areas. They often delay developmental projects, discourage investment, and threaten social harmony. It is therefore my humble appeal that our two kingdoms will continue to work closely together and share experiences in promoting peaceful mechanisms for resolving land disputes. What is more important is to share knowledge and experiences on more effective and efficient systems of land administration. I believe that through dialogue, mediation, mutual respect, and adherence to customary laws, we can help to reduce tensions and maintain peace within our traditional areas. Let us strengthen cooperation between our kingdoms so that together we can become stronger advocates for peace and stability throughout the country. This visit, therefore, provides an opportunity for us to reaffirm our commitment to unity and collaboration. Ladies and gentlemen, another important issue confronting the institution of chieftaincy is the growing number of disputes relating to succession to skills and stools. Many traditional areas continue to experience challenges arising from uncertainties regarding customary succession and arrangements. In this regard, I respectfully wish to advocate for greater support from the government of Ghana to the Regional House of Chiefs and the National House of Chiefs to facilitate the codification and proper documentation of customary laws, family lineages, gates, skills, stools, and lines of succession. Such support will significantly reduce succession disputes, promote orderly transitions, preserve our customs, and strengthen the institution of chieftaincy. Your Royal Highness, you are a brother, and that brotherhood will continue. This may be the first official visit. More are yet to come. Long live the Gonja Asante bond of friendship. Long live Ghana, and may God bless us all.
My uncle said to present a few gifts, token gifts, to express the overflowing joy that he has had for this reception given by another two.
Darume bro, Dabonra, Osuma, Umfa Achadia, Emro, Inshamukina, say a Nijia, Ninyaji, Amra, Wabasi, to make a crap at the dome.
The gifts are preceded by a calabash of coconuts, 2 bowls, hand-woven cloth, a box of shrimps, and an undisclosed sum for the chiefs. The last present which they should bring forward is a very special present that we want to give to him. As Nana sees me standing here, he's probably wondering what I'm doing here. But tradition has met me. And this elephant tusk, as you see from my walking stick, is from Winnipeg. That's the house of the Agongora himself, his sister's house. So we are all from my family, the Wafasi, of any Agongora who comes. They come to meet us. But this tusk is a symbol of our tusk, which we don't normally give to anybody because it is a heritage for us. But because of this very special occasion, we have been asked to present it to you as a token of the love that we want to share in building our two nations and the friendship that will continue. Thank you very much, Nana Otumfuo.
So I check your basin and walk around. Tadian in the name of those is Subia. Idea, a woman idea, a woman, because of heritage, Fititia, the camp, and our Mufamobia, a woman, the Saudi, at the Airbrel, say, Bia, Baby, your mother, no fast, no, and Bia, since Winnie Mupa, Susan, Winnie, say, I do the Airbrel with you. Yabonra say, yes, yes, into a drawer, no, or say, which me dawasi. Say, a dear, we are Magana, Amagana, but my Cambo, empty, I think a body be a say, one of master,
of the Jakpa Palace, because the negotiations for peace for Dagbon met 3 Yagbonwuras. Yagbonwura Toshi was my own grandfather, and Yagbonwura Boresa before the current Yagbonwura. But what is started in the house continues in the house, irrespective of who comes, and that is the relationship we want to share with Nana.
So bibi grand say yabon Gabon nsem ba ye manso ba ho no woni yabon wura miensa won kan wa miensa na wa to so a odu di ani mu di mu nyina ani mu a motimi kan ye ama asumwie aba Gabon no osisa twaka na da mun tam no bompa ye nse ono pen so open so be pa ko so na gina bisa.
Also, the Agonra wants to re-emphasize that when we claim that there's a fraternal relationship between Asanteman and Gonja, it is not just words. There is historical evidence of the origins of Asante from the Intafo, who we later came to meet, and we also threw the mandate line for Gonja with them. So we all came from the same root, and we want to continue that relationship. Sometimes the tongue and the teeth collide, and there's some bitter pain, but that pain has gone. The new era is one of collaboration, and even though we know the significant horrors of the slave trade that ensued, we are very pleased that both Nana Otumfuo and Yagbonra will continue to support the President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, in seeking reparations, not just in material terms, but in the restoration of dignity to our kinsfolk who are out in the diaspora.
Otumfuo Osei Ukraine se nditwakada yantamo no se odika aka no se efitete no Osei wo enokure se katrema we ene esene kura etimeko yemma yenwe disi tete no nemu enne twakada yantamo no ane yenhwe ne ntoaso enye kama Osei se de Ghana mampanyini okum ama bibiri mfumo nyina enam sankwa nkwasom na kobaye ne nipa yedi koye no mpata a wose eba enye mpata se sikampo a ne mu ade a edi ani mo nyam ebe brɛ yɛ no ene wadaroma ni nyina yɛ nta na mpanyinachi ne yɛ se de beya saade no yɛ nsa beka.
Lastly, we want to also express deep appreciation for Nana's support for Yagonra's own son, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. We want to continue that relationship and know that his support will continue for him to have a successful presidency.
Wadaroma se anana Ghana mampanyi John Dramani Mahama wa ankasa wo ba no se adawo megru tokoso ne tan na chi na animre we Ghana mampanyi no enema enya kama emagano.
And we know that in the wisdom that Nana has given him, he himself has said.
Dr. Sakara, na CP na si Antone Swaba, mo wa Ghana na sisi ya odi okuya wa ile shire o bonja today no na ya bonga etu no so mo aye ya na ofa na se na fe yo ma se fata o de eba abeche yera then na good by you
of the Jakpa Palace, because the negotiations for peace for Dagbon met 3 Yagonwuras. Yagonwura Toshi was my own grandfather, and Yagonwura Boresa before the current Yagonwura. But what is started in the house continues in the house, irrespective of who comes, and that is the relationship we want to share with Nana.
So, Bibi Grand said, Yabon, Dabon, and some bar, Manson Bar, one Yabon rap me and one come and son about us. I would do dear Nimo, do me, I'm a Timikai, I'm a Asumbi about Dabon. Was this a Cacaneda Montano? Pompaye, and said, on a pencil or person, the purpose of making of us.
Also, the Agora wants to re-emphasize that when we claim that there's a fraternal relationship between Asanteman and Gonja, it is not just words. There is historical evidence of the origins of Asante from the Intafa, who we later came to meet, and we also threw the mandate line for Gonja with them. So we all came from the same root, and we want to continue that relationship.